The next morning, I couldn't look at her the same way. Emily, or whatever she was, sat at the kitchen table, quietly eating her cereal, humming that same soft melody, the same one that had haunted me for nights. But now I noticed something else. She never blinked. She'd look at me with those gray eyes, wide, unblinking, almost studying me. Her movements were too precise, too careful, like she was pretending to be human. Every instinct in me screamed that this wasn't my child. Still, I needed proof. Something that could tell me what had really happened to Emily and who this mother woman was. I called Sheriff Dawson again and told him everything about the humming, the woman in the woods, the photo, and the words Emily had said. He was silent for a long moment. Then he said, "Lena, I think you should come down to the station." When I got there, he pulled out a folder I hadn't seen before, my old case file. He flipped through the pages and handed me a photograph. This was found 3 miles from Maplewood Park, the week after Emily went missing. He said quietly, "It was a picture of a small blue shoe, half buried in dirt. Near it," he continued, "we found remains of a makeshift shelter and evidence that someone, or something, had been living out there. We assumed it was an animal den." He looked at me carefully. "But we found this too." He slid another photograph across the table. A weathered wooden sign nailed to a tree. It read, "Mother's children only." My stomach dropped. He sighed. Locals used to tell stories about a woman who wandered the woods claiming to take care of lost kids. But it was just folklore. Until now, do you think that's who Emily saw? I asked, my voice trembling. He hesitated. "If she's real, Lena, then your daughter might never have come back." That night, I made a decision. I had to know the truth. I waited until Emily was asleep, then grabbed a flashlight and a jacket. I didn't care how late it was. I had to go back to the woods. The forest was silent, except for the sound of crickets and the crunch of leaves under my boots. The deeper I went, the colder it felt. The trees grew thicker, bending inward like wolves, trapping me inside. After what felt like an hour of walking, I saw it, a clearing lit by the faint glow of moonlight. And there, half buried in the ground, was a burned sign, "Maplewood Foster Home." My breath caught. The old foundation still remained, blackened bricks, twisted metal, and pieces of children's toys scattered like forgotten bones. As I walked closer, I noticed something carved into the tree beside the ruins. "Mother loves her last ones." A shiver ran down my spine. Suddenly, a sound, a whisper, soft and distant, "Lena." I spun round, flashlight trembling in my hand. "Who's there?" No answer. Then, a flicker of movement, a pale figure gliding between the trees. My heart raced as I followed, each step heavier than the last. "Lena." The voice came again, closer now, soft, motherly, almost tender. "You shouldn't have come." The beam of my flashlight landed on her, a woman, tall, thin, dressed in a long white gown, her hair black as the night. Her face was pale and cracked like porcelain, her eyes hollow, but glowing faintly with light. She smiled, tilting her head slightly. "You took one of mine." I stumbled back. "Who are you?" "I am what they call mother," she said softly. "I care for the ones the world forgets, the lonely, the lost, the unloved." She wasn't lost. I cried. "Emily was my daughter." Her smile faded. "Your Emily was mine long before you knew her." I shook my head. "You're lying." Mother stepped closer, her voice calm and sorrowful. "When the fire came, I saved her. I gave her warmth, safety, love. But love is greedy, isn't it, Lena? You called her back. You took her from me." I felt tears blur my vision. "She's my child." Mother's expression softened, almost pitying. "No, dear, she was your child. What sleeps in your house now is what remains of my love for her." The air grew colder, the light dimmer. "I only want what's mine," Mother whispered. "Return her to me, and I will let you go." I turned and ran. I didn't look back, not even when I heard her voice echoing through the trees. "She doesn't belong to you anymore." When I burst through the front door, gasping for breath, the house was silent. "Emily," I shouted. "Emily, where are you?" I ran upstairs, Her room was empty. The window was open, curtains fluttering in the cold wind. On the floor, in the moonlight, was her teddy bear, and written on the wall, in small, shaky handwriting, were the words, "Mommy, she's calling me home." I ran outside into the night, screaming her name into the woods until my voice broke. But there was no answer, only the faint echo of humming in the distance. That same lullaby carried through the trees. I fell to my knees, sobbing, the wind whispering through the branches like a voice I could almost understand. She was never yours to keep.